Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to some more Pokemon Whack content. My name is Mr. Singer187, and this, as shouted out in my last video, is the beginning of how viable is X Pokemon in Whack. So first of all, before I get into it, just a couple of things. The first is there may be a better interface in the future, so bear with me. Again, I'm just using OBS, so this is the best I can do. But I would love to get an actual interface in here at some point. So bear with me on that. Today is just going to be, and probably the next few episodes are probably going to look something like this. So that's the first thing. Second thing, the content update video was released almost just over a week ago, and I don't know if it's because of it was an interesting video or that there's a whole influx of people into Pokemon Whack. Whatever it is, in 8 days, it's my most viewed video. It has over 110 views, which for me is insane. So if you're watching this and you're new to the channel and you're either in the process of watching or have not watched my Pokemon Whack playthrough, hi and welcome to the channel. If you like what's on there, you're going to love this, or not, but hopefully the former. And for those of you who have been here, thank you for your continued support. Yeah, so I'm just going to get into it and pull up my notes here. Okay, so what's going on the screen doesn't really have anything to do with this, but it does give an insight into the Pokemon that I'm doing first, that being Venusaur. I thought that I would just start by going down the list and start from the first Pokemon, that being Venusaur. So, let's see. Venusaur is a grass and poison type Pokemon. With Whack, a lot of the Pokemon types have changed, so I want to be able to start out with this every episode. But anyway, grass poison type Pokemon. The abilities are Chlorophyll as ability 1 and Overgrow as the hidden ability. Stats are all around the board. 80 HP, 82 attack, 83 defense, 100 in both special attack and defense, and excuse me. Oh, sorry. 80 speed. With the Mega, it gets 100 attack, 20. It gets 100 base attack, 123 base defense, 122 base special attack, 120 special defense, and 80 speed. The first area in game that you can meet Bulbasaur is, or that you can catch Bulbasaur is Petal Grove, which is just before the second gym, that being Lomar. And as per, golly, as per the tier list that I've been working on, and I'll just call it the Singer tier. It is and you can see on the left there, it is a 7 out of 13. So it can make it to about Soul before you would want to switch it out for a new member of the team. So with each of these Pokemon, I'll go through. Lord Almighty. I'm sorry. I'll go through strengths and weaknesses of the Pokemon. I'll talk through some especially tough trainers and major battles. And then I'll talk about some viable sets that I've come across. So all in all, should be a pretty quick video. All right, getting on with it. So for the most part, Venusaur's strengths are that it's pretty bulky. It has good access to recovery. It has some pretty high relative special attack, as well as special, but just kind of general bulk. And it can run mix sets with that base 82 attack. Because it is a Gen 1 Mon, it not just because, but because it has already existed before. Pokemon Whack gives a lot of buffs to Pokemon that have already existed. So for Venusaur, the stats weren't affected, but the moveset was. And so outside of the normal moves that you would expect Venusaur to have, it gets access to ground, dragon, wood, magic, rock, and fighting coverage. There are some more, but those are the ones that are the most useful, I guess. It has access to knockoff, which is also super nice. Knockoff is one of the very specific moves that I will mention, just because it is so helpful, especially late game with Apex and Corrupt Orbs and all these things running around. Venusaur has a really nice, reliable recovery. It has a damaging move in in Giga Drain. It also has some really useful utility moves in Leech Seed and Synthesis. um, because of its access to Toxic and its access to Leech Seed, Toxic, and a lot of moves that cause poison. It sorry, it is able to beat Mega Shedinja without having a specific gimmick. Um, Whether or not a Pokemon beats Mega Shedinja is going to be something that is also mentioned about Pokemon, each Pokemon, and it does matter. And then the Mega also gets Thick Fat, which neutralizes two common offensive types that Venusaur is weak to, so making Fire and Ice neutral against it. So those are the strength. Venusaur only has a couple of weaknesses, and basically it doesn't hit as hard since it's more of a well-rounded Pokemon, as well as it doesn't have a ton of coverage in the grand scheme of things. Um, let's see. Yeah, as mentioned, the stats are relatively average across the board when looking at Wack, and so there's it's good in just about everything. It's not exceptional in any one given stat. It's also, because of its lower attacking power, it's tougher for it to beat Pokemon and teams that have strong coverage against it and that are also resistant to its main stabs. So some of these tough trainers during both in the game and in the solo run challenge that I'm going through right now. So Croast is big. All of Team Wack, but specifically Zyklon. He's the one with the Behemoth and the Saplam, both of which Venusaur. It's hard for Venusaur to hit it to hit them. You have Hallow, which is the trainer with all the mask Pokemon. You have Nice Dreams, which is corrupted Jirachi. You have Koga if you don't have a ground coverage move. You have Hiroshima. You have Gawain. You have Manpoise. It's one of the trainers in the trees just before the school that has a lot of poison type Pokemon. Jupiter and Pluto during the Planet Rush, and then him, Fire, Magma, Nuclear, Poison, Zombie, Ghost, Dragon, and Chaos, just because of lack of coverage and also lack of hitting hard. Then finally in the final Gym Rush, as mentioned above, Croast, Duet, and Hiroshima give it trouble. But other than that, it goes pretty quickly through the game. There are some teams that, well, it doesn't necessarily hard counter it, but there are a few teams that require Venusaur to go through it a couple of times. Blaine as well. Now that I'm looking at it, he also obviously is tough for Venusaur. So there are three main sets that Venusaur can pull off in Wack. The first is kind of a sunset. With all of these three sets, Venusaurite is the best item that you can give it, especially in a solo run, but also it's a pretty good mega to have, especially with Thick Fat and some decent stats. There are better options, but it's not terrible. So Venusaurite is good. Otherwise, like a Life Orb, Leftovers, Apex Orb is obviously good on just about everything. For the Sunset, you want to give it a plus speed minus attack nature, 252 speed, 252 special attack, and 4 defense. And you want to give it a set of Sunny Day, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, and Earth Power. It's nice because it has you're able to set up Sun, and then you're able to get that speed boost, which is great for sweeping, especially with Sludge Bomb and Giga Drain and Earth Power coming off of a pretty good special attack. But the problem is it takes up a turn to set up Sun, and it also that's all you get. It's only speed boost, not an attacking boost. Um, you could also add growth for more power to give it essentially Swords Dance to Nasty Plot in the same turn, but that reduces coverage to only 2 moves, and you're generally going to want to have your 2 stabs of Sludge Bomb and Giga Drain. Um, let's see, if you want to go with the offensive route, this is what I'm using right now. Use Overgrow as an ability since you're looking for attack power and not necessarily speed. You want to also give it the Venusaur or any of those other items. You may want to give it a Life Orb as well, since Giga Drain being the main stab will help take that damage off, which is really nice. Then you also want to go with Sludge Bomb, either Earth Power or Knockoff, and then either Ancient Power or Double Edge. The only time that Double Edge will be especially helpful is with Merlin. So you mainly want Ancient Power, especially having the Omni Boost will be when that happens is very nice. And so this is this is nice because it's stronger. It's got 252 special attack, 252 speed, 4 attack, and then a plus special attack minus defense nature to get as much speed as possible. Even though it is a little bit slower and less physically bulky, but it hits as hard as it can. Then finally, if you really want, I would not recommend this in a solo run, but you could very easily do a stall set with or without the Mega. You're going to want to give that 252 HP, 252 special defense, and then you're going to want a plus special defense minus attack nature with 4 defense EVs. And with that, you're going to want you can do Ancient Power, you can do Sludge Bomb or Toxic. Sludge Bomb has a 30% chance to poison, but Toxic is guaranteed. Then you also want Giga Drain and Leash Seed just to get as much chip damage as possible. And the problem with this is that there aren't a ton of attacking moves, only Sludge Bomb and Giga Drain. And with that, there isn't a whole lot of opponent pressure, especially if they're able to, if they're strong. If they're strong physically and have a good type matchup against Venusaur. I would say probably the easiest to do is the offensive. I feel like the best is probably that or the Sunset, depending on what your team looks like. Venusaur does fit well on a lot of teams just because the Fire, Water, Grass core is good. I think all 3 of those are decent. Grass is definitely the worst of the 3, but the Poison type also helps. But you can definitely create a Sun team either centered around Venusaur or using Venusaur as kind of a bulky, like setup, stall, cleric, however you want to use it. But definitely fits well on Sun teams, and it can fit pretty well on normal teams just because it is well-rounded and pretty strong. All right, well, I'm looking at the time. This has gone for a little bit longer than I want it to go, but I'm hoping that this was interesting. And as always with my tiering and recommendations, obviously it's subjective, but I think Venusaur is, I would say average to above average in the scheme of things if you're able to sorry, I got distracted. It's average if you're looking at all Pokemon across just looking at it, but based on the time that you get it and what is coming up, Venusaur is a really good pick to pick up and use in your team as soon as you grab it. So with that, that's going to be this. I think this one's going to be a little bit longer, just bear with me on that, just because this is going to be this is sort of like my first episode, just talking about some announcements and things like that. Um, but let me know what the format. Let me know what you think of the format on this, and let me know how you enjoy this because I am planning on doing hopefully later this week or this weekend. These don't take super long, so being able to get 2-3 a week. I mean, there's a ton of mons that I'll have to do, and I'll probably at some point start jumping around. If you have a Pokemon that you want me to take a look at, by all means put it in the comments. And I don't have a set order, so I will absolutely um, jump around. So if there's Pokemon you want me to take a look at, then I will absolutely go through it and do my research and come back with one of these videos. So with that, thank you all for watching this. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you very soon. Once again, my name is Mr. Singer 187, and I hope you have a good day.